What's up, Guardians? Today we're going to be talking about elemental primaries and the problems they cause for PvE. Now, when you're using an elemental primary, you probably never stop and think, hey, is this a problem? Mainly because they aren't, at least in terms of not breaking the game. They do cause a problem though, a problem that PvP is currently suffering from as well, a lack of variety. Now, I'll admit that the problem in PvE isn't anywhere near as bad as in PvP, but it's still a problem nevertheless. Destiny has a lot of potential variety when it comes to weapons, but the problem is there's no practical reason to use a kinetic primary over an elemental one. I personally would love to use my 0 Point or Red Hand 9 in endgame content, but there's no reason to use them over a Vision of Confluence or a Fatebringer. Don't get me wrong, I love using the current elemental primaries, but like anything, they get old as time goes on, and I get tired of them. I'd rather use an Arc 6 Dregs Pride over a Fatebringer simply because I've used the Fatebringer so much and for so long. In Destiny, there should always be as much variety as possible, whether it's PvP or PvE. So what I think should be done is there should be 3 rare items of every element that can be used on your weapon of choice to make it into an elemental weapon. They could call this a Spark of Light, Element of Light, Arc Void, Solar Capacitor, whatever they would of course decide on the name. These would drop rarely from the game's endgame content, so for example, the new raid coming with the Taken King or Trials of Osiris. There would be a node on your weapon that you can click on to infuse your weapon with whatever element you desire, as long as you have the desired elemental material. This way there would be more variety in PvE, and not everyone would be running around with the same few elemental primaries that they're running around with right now. There would be more of a reason to go out to the vendors and buy their primaries, because you would finally be able to use them to full effectiveness in PvE. Now, this could generate another problem. Would this make it so the elemental primaries that come from endgame content are irrelevant? I think not. They'll be useful in their respective encounters. The Vault of Glass weapons have Oracle Disruptor, which is a must in the hard mode version of the raid. Crota's N weapons have Hive Major Disruptor, which is a huge advantage in the raid and in any activity with Hive. The same argument can be made for the elemental PoE primaries, but they're pretty bad and need to be looked at and reevaluated, but that's another topic for another video. As for the elemental primaries that they'll probably be introducing with the Taken King raid, they'll have to give them something like Taken Major Disruptor to give them an advantage over other elemental primaries, and not something like the PoE primaries, because again, their perks are pretty bad. I think if these materials were introduced into the game, it would be for the better, and who knows, maybe Bungie has the same idea and are planning to introduce them with the Taken King. What do y'all think of these kinds of materials being added? Are you for it, against it, and why? Be sure to leave your answers in the comment section below. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye!